September is Pedestrian Safety Month, and today we're talking about staying safe as a pedestrian on our roadways.
So joining us in the studio, as he does every week, Sergeant Brian Pennings from the CHP. Let's just start with kind of the obvious, which is what makes being a pedestrian so dangerous? What are some of those aspects that we need to keep in mind?
Well, it's simply your position near the roadway. You're dealing with thousands of pounds of vehicles and the velocity of moving down the roadway at high speeds in your proximity. So the danger is of the potential and the risk of being hit.
There are parts of the road that are more dangerous than others for pedestrians.
Yes. So most of our pedestrian collisions happen in intersections and happen when they're crossing the street. Mm-hmm. So if we can, emphasize how important it is to cross safely and also, again, maintain your high visual horizon when you're a driver so you can perceive and predict the possibility of somebody crossing the street in front of you.
So kind of getting back to the first question of what makes it so dangerous, what can you do about it? Is it brighter colors? Is it, crossing at the right time? What
Correct.
Kind of
so as a pedestrian, you don't want to wear dark colors, you want to wear bright colors. Also, reflective gear helps a lot. We talk about distracted driving. What about distracted walking?
Sure.
You see them all the time walking down the sidewalk and completely intoxicated with their phone, not paying attention to anything in their surroundings, with driveways, people pulling in, pulling out, and I've seen them crossing the road, not even looking, stepping out in the crosswalks and crossing the road because they're engrossed in what they have on their.
So who would be responsible? Let's just say you're backing out and a person's on their phone, not even looking. They walk behind you. Who's
So it depends. So the vehicle code is clear, but every situation is different. So if a pedestrian crosses the road in a crosswalk and they're on a white crosswalk signal, it's not red, and they have the right of way to do so, and the oncoming vehicles need to yield to them. Now, if there's not a crosswalk and they're crossing the road outside of a crosswalk, the vehicle code says the pedestrian has to yield to oncoming traffic that's close enough to constitute immediate hazard. Okay, but once they do that and they step out on the roadway, they have the right of way, and the approaching vehicles need to yield to them in the roadway.
What do you have to do when there's no sidewalk? Do you always have to use a sidewalk?
So it's always preferred to use a sidewalk. There's a level of expectation by a motorist that if you're a pedestrian, you're going to use a sidewalk. You're not going to be out in the roadway or on the shoulder. If there's no sidewalks at all, the recommendation is you walk as far away from the roadway as possible and reasonable, but it's also important to walk against traffic, facing traffic, so the oncoming traffic is coming towards you. You can perceive and predict as a pedestrian of a potential hazard of somebody approaching you.
So that's I imagine obviously pedestrians, we're talking about runners, like people who are out there for a run. You should always run against the traffic so that if something is going to happen to you, you see it coming and can react.
Correct. And you can perceive and react as a pedestrian or a jogger.
That brings up another point, because you were talking about the texting, but what about, earbuds?
Maria,
a lot of times when people are running out there, they're on the road and they've got earbuds.
I have a personal story to share with you involving that. There was a husband and wife who was on a morning jog with their dog. The wife was ahead of the husband. She had both of her earbuds in her ear. She went to cross the road. He was screaming at her because she didn't see a car coming. She went right out front of a car, and unfortunately, she was hit and killed. Personally, that was hard because we were in the desert camping with that family, with our group, just the weekend before. So when I rolled up on scene, I had personal knowledge. I just met them the weekend before. They were friends of friends. But the point is that you don't want to run with both earbuds in, so you can hear traffic oftentimes before you see it. So this was a situation where she didn't clear. She had both her earbuds in. She couldn't hear the car coming. She ran right out in front of it and was.
But at the very least, if you did want to have two in, have it at a lower volume. So you can hear the traffic.
It's okay to do one, but you don't do two. Same thing when you're driving. Obviously, the law prohibits you from having two earbuds in when you're driving. You have to have at least one of them out.
Gotcha. Let's talk about jaywalking, because this is a law that got changed recently, where it's okay to jaywalk as long as it's safe to do so, if that makes sense.
So first of all, the definition of jaywalking is actually crossing a roadway between two lit intersections.
Okay.
So if there's a side street or alleyway that's not lit between two lit intersections, that's not jaywalking. The law changed, and starting this year, you can now cross the roadway between even two lane intersections as long as you yield to all oncoming traffic and do not impede the right of way of any approaching traffic.
So you can do it.
You can do it now as long as you
As
yield
long
to the
as it-
oncoming traffic. Yes.
What is the main danger, even doing it so thinking that you're safe? Like, what are the things that do people not realize how fast cars are coming, for example?
The expectation for the pedestrian to be able to perceive and predict the approaching vehicle speed and their closing distance is oftentimes miscalculated, and it causes problems.
Gosh, it's just all preventative. I mean, we
Yes.
just really have to use common
100%
sense.
preventable.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
I love the tips that you give us because
Always.
so many good reminders that you're like, oh yeah, I didn't think about that. So it's good,
I
good
thank you for the
information.
opportunity. I
Yeah.
truly enjoy coming in here with you
All right,
guys.
Sergeant
No, it
Pennings,
helps a
thank
lot
you
of
so
people.
much. Yeah, good
Thank
stuff, and
you.
hopefully help a lot of folks. We will see you next time for more Rules of the Road.